Amen.
The mood is right, the spirit's up. We're here tonight, and that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The party's on, the feeling's here. That only comes this time of year. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The choir of children sing their song. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The word is out about the town to lift a glass. Oh, don't look down. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The choir of children sing their song. They practiced all year long. Ding dong, 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 dong. The party's on, the spirit's up. We're here tonight, and that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The mood is right, the spirit's up. We're here tonight. Oh, that's enough. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Christmas
Welcome back to Larry Prince Live. My next guest is one of the animals who was there in the stable when the baby Jesus was born. He was born and raised in Bethlehem, and he joins us now live. Please welcome Carlos the cow.
Thank you for having me, Barry.
It's Larry.
It is?
Carlos, I understand you live in the stable where the baby Jesus was born.
Oh, what a little angel face. He was so cute. He had the sweetest giggle and that dimple. Oh, that dimple was so adorable.
You remember the baby Jesus being born?
I'll never forget it.
You must have been thrilled to see him.
Absolutely not.
What?
I was not at all thrilled with having a bunch of people in my house that night.
But it was...
All day long, Greg the goat kept saying, "The inn is filling up. They're running out of rooms." And I kept saying, "No way they send people out here. Stables are for animals, not people." But what do you think happens around bedtime?
People in the stable?
A man, a donkey, and the pregnant woman who immediately goes into labor.
She went into labor right away?
As ready as she was, I'm surprised she made it to Bethlehem.
But she had the baby in the stable?
Oh yes, and it's very difficult to sleep when someone is giving birth.
I guess so.
A cow has to have her sleep, Barry.
It's Larry.
And you can't sleep when someone's trying to birth a baby.
I see your point.
Oh, but when that baby was born, you just knew he was special.
You knew right away?
Well, the star and the shepherds kind of clued me in. But yes, the baby changed everything. The whole stable just felt different because of his presence.
I guess that made everything okay, huh?
Well, almost. I was so mad at the innkeeper.
What for?
Because you don't put a baby into a stable, especially if that baby is the Son of God.
Good point.
So, the innkeeper didn't get any milk for a few days?
Uh-oh.
Yes, and boy were his customers mad when they didn't have milk for their Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes? Whoever heard of Frosted Flakes in ancient Bethlehem?
Well, whoever heard of a talking cow?
Good point. We've been talking with Carlos the cow, resident of Bethlehem, about his memories of the baby Jesus.
Oh, that dimple.
Join us next week for another amazing animal Christmas story.
Imagine if Grandma came over for Christmas and you made her sleep out in the shed. How would that go over in your house? Would you be happy seeing Grandma out with the lawnmower? I know Grandma wouldn't like it. When Jesus was born, there was no soft bed. There was only a borrowed food trough and a borrowed stable. It was dirty and noisy, and it was no place for a baby, let alone the Son of God. But even in that humble setting, it was clear that Jesus was no ordinary baby.
Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census would be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria, and everyone went to their own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child.
While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born, and she gave birth to her firstborn son. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger because there was no guest room available for them.
Imagine the creator of the universe, the Son of God who reigns in heaven, sleeping on a bed of hay. That's how Jesus entered the world, not as a conquering hero, but as the poorest son of a carpenter. What an extraordinary beginning to a world-changing story.